So one of the things I get asked about a lot is, I lend out my equipment to a lot of people to help them out, and one of the things I get asked about is ding repair. And so we're just going to talk about ding repair a little bit today. In my opinion, a good surfer can take care of their own equipment. It's going to last a lot longer if you're taking care of it. One of the people borrowing one of my older boards that's been around a long time, things been repaired tons of times. I've done my own glass jobs on it, and he's got a ding that he's going to be having to fix, and it's got a little bit of work on it. This is one of my other boards that we're just going to look at, a quick ding. The first thing you really need to do when doing a ding repair is kind of assess the situation. So, and if you're going to do ding repair, you want to mark all the dings, cracks or anything you want to fix. Anything that's not holding water, like we can see we got discoloration right here, so we know water is getting in there. But this is where we're going to look at right now today. We got this crack right here, and this probably warrants a little bit of glass. Doing a little bit of a glass job on it. You can see there's a crack, and the first thing you got to do is dry it out, right? So I've been sitting this board out for a couple days, letting the sun dry it out. You can tape on some damp rid and put it upright so that any water in there will be sucking towards the damp rid. Tape it on there. Anything you got to do to get the water out. That's what you got to do first. So over here, on this other side, in the back, we got a little bit of foam exposed. It could probably use some glass, but I think we're going to talk about two methods today, and these are things that every surfer should have in their bag of tricks. Got some old vials of Suncure, and this stuff, activates with ultraviolet light, right? So from the sun. So this stuff is like a squeeze-on fiberglass type solution, and it's got the resin in the glass, and you can squeeze it in and use something. Like this, or any kind of device to kind of smooth it out. All kinds of things you can use. Smooth it out, and tape one of these on there, like after you've kind of patched it, tape one of these on with some tape and get it smooth, and just let it cure, let it dry. The sun's gonna hit it, and let it dry. And this is something every surfer should have a couple of these in their stash, right? You never know when you're gonna need to do an emergency ding repair, and it's gonna cure rapidly. And then you can sand it down. You got different kinds of sandpaper, heavy grit stuff, some fine grit. This is wet sandpaper for doing a finish, get a nice shine. I have lots of different sanding cloths, lots of different sanders. I got power sanders, orbital sanders. Depending on how big the repair job is, I'll break out some power tools or whatever. And the other type of solution we could do is doing a piece of glass. Now this piece of fiberglass is pretty small. I would use a bigger piece of glass. Pre-cut some glass, get the size you need, and you can use glass and resin. You're gonna want to use some PPE, some gloves, stuff like that. And this is a little more. You gotta have a little more skill set. Maybe practice it. I got a couple different weight cloths. I always have extra cloths, extra resin lying around, because I've done some pretty extensive patch jobs myself, and that's where this stuff comes in. This Q-Cell, you can mix this up and turn it into foam and patch an area with this Q-Cell stuff. Works pretty good. We're not gonna have to do any Q-Cell today. We might do a glass, and we might do some Suncure on these. I'm not too picky on This is a back rail, and I kind of like that to be smooth. But the first thing we got to do is kind of prepare the area. That's literally, we got our equipment out. I just dragged this out of my repair kit. We got this beautiful device that takes off wax and sticky stuff. It's called a pickle. Everybody should have a pickle in there. I'll show you how it works on the other side. We'll flip this over and we'll be back in a second. So this is where we're working. We've left our board out in the sun all day so that the wax was kind of heating up. We could scrape it off, but I'll just grab the pickle right here and just do a quick run. You can see the pickle is pulling the wax off right away. So we're going to clean up this whole area. We're going to clean up this whole area with our pickle. Get all the wax. You want to clean up past where your working area is. So you want to clean up, get all that wax off where you're working. You can go past where you're working. I like to wax my entire board because, I use my entire board, man. Rail to rail, tip to tip, So this is that's gonna be pretty clean, as you can see. The pickle works wonders. Easiest tool I ever had. I've had that for years. I would say you could go pick up a pickle over at Pioneers, but from what I hear, Pioneers is Pine no more. I think Stevie's retired. But you can check out the Cottage Surf Shop on over in Newbury. They might have some pickles in stock. Like them, they're good people. Next thing you got to do on any repair, whether you're using some sun cure or some wax, is you gotta prepare your area. We're just gonna use some sandpaper, and don't be afraid to get gritty on it. It's already damaged and you're repairing it, right? So we're gonna sand this down and we're gonna prepare the area and we'll get back to you. So we've sanded it down a little bit, and this is where, if you're gonna fiberglass it, use a fiberglass patch. You wanna sand all the way to where you're working, so your fiberglass is gonna have some adherence when you get that resin. You know what I mean? I think I'm just gonna use some sun cure on this, so that anybody out there who's never experienced sun cure or even knows what it is can just see what we're gonna do. Okay, so our old sun cure that's been sitting in the shed for like 4 or 5 seasons, maybe even longer, was all crusted up and dried. So we were lucky. We had another sun cure all ready to go. I don't really care too much how things look. So we're going to squeeze off some of this sun cure. Oh, I forgot how much I love the smell of resin. So we got our little toothpick, and we're just gonna paste that in there. Get that in there and try and keep it as smooth as you can, right? So our goal here is to make this watertight, so that foam isn't absorbing any more water and deteriorating our surfboard. So we're just gonna make sure we get some of that in there and try and keep it as smooth as you can. That way later when you go to do a finish sand or whatever, you got less work to do. So that's what we're gonna do. And this is pretty easy, as you can see. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna go ahead and repeat this on the other side. We're not gonna do any glass today. I don't wanna do anything crazy. But this will get somebody going on doing an easy repair, and that you can do your own repair and not spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a repair job. you know, these days you got to save some money. So this is already starting to cure. We're just gonna move on and sand the other area down, and we'll come back to this. So we've patched up a couple of spots, and what you want to do is leave your board out in the sun. Don't touch it until this is rock hard. It's a little tacky right now. This is tacked up pretty good. And just leave it in the sun. Sun cure. It's going to cure in the sun. So we're letting them cure up. We, you know, if you're going to do some ding repair and your board's going to be out of commission, you might as well fix. We just did some quick patches on 4 different spots. Back on the tail, this thing's been sitting out for years. Needed some love a long time ago. But we'll come back when we're ready to sand, maybe tomorrow or something. We're gonna let this dry and cure and get rock hard before we even mess with it. Alright, so these are a little tacky still. Just came out to check them. So we're probably gonna get the sander set up tomorrow. Just use the power sander, clean up these rough edges, and then use some wet sandpaper and smooth it down. And it'll be watertight. Just a little tacky, so we're gonna wait it out. So I got a couple power sanders, but had this one for damn near 20 years. It's I love this thing, little orbital sander. Got some rough paper on there. We're gonna give this baby a little sand to check it out. See how she's working. Alright, so we used the palm sander and we sanded them down pretty good, and now we're just going to take a nice shaper type pad, sand down a little more of this it's looking good, it's feeling good. Our rail's nice and smooth. We're gonna go down to a nice finer grit here. You know, I'm not too concerned with like perfection on these things. We just really want it to be watertight and not spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on an older board and ding repair, right? We just did this ourselves. This is watertight. This rail is very smooth. We're gonna work on it a little more and see if we can just work on this. You know, we spent less than an hour. We did 4 dings, and you know, not only that, but we made a video while doing this, right? We spent more time setting up the camera than we did doing ding repair. And look, this is looking good. Let's just be honest. This is looking good. This was leaking like a sieve. This was a bad leak earlier. We just used a $5 thing of Sun Cure and some different sandpapers. You know, I'm sure if you don't have sandpaper or don't have a sander, I'm sure somebody you know will help you out, you know? So we're just gonna finish sanding this baby up, and we'll go from there. see. Let's take a look at what we got. Nice and smooth, watertight. We did 4 ding repairs in under an hour's worth of work. And like I said, most of the work was setting up the camera and digging out my box of sanding equipment, you know. I hope that this helps someone who's new to surfing realize that you can fix your board yourself, you can learn how to do things, and it's just part of surfing. I believe in knowing everything about surfing, surfing all your craft, you know, and that's the philosophy that I try and pass off to anybody that I'm helping or coaching or teaching surfing. And you know, this keeps us in the game. This keeps us catching waves. Never stop paddling.